we've got a dream job. I mean, I'm not going to not buy or ever buy a Kate Spade purse, but I could recognize she had a dream job. Go all around the world and sell purses, design and sell purses and accessories and whatever. You're like, wow, that's got to be just about every woman's dream. I could get that. I'm a picky eater that going around the globe and being a renowned chef maybe not would be mine, but there's a whole lot of people in our world that would love to go around the world and review the best restaurants in the world. That would be a lot of people's dream job. And then, of course, all the experiences that Robin Williams has had in his life as an actor and comedian and what have you. But yet, I would dare say, and like I say, I don't know any of these people, but how do people that seem to have it all make that kind of decision? And it generally is because they feel isolated from the rest of the world and people around them. And so, yes, we need to be very, very careful with that. And I know they manage society based on their values and not the plan of God. And the second group, I would say, is a group that's largely ignorant of what really it is. Is it really a baby or whatever? And it's and so they are ignorant. And you can say whatever you want to about that. But those are two main groups. One, there is no amount of arguing, there is no amount of posting, there is no amount of logic or reason that is ever going to change them because they are warped all the way through. And then the number two are those that are ignorant. Well, the thing about ignorance is you can be taught, you can be exposed. The thing is to be the actual light in this world because there's a lot of darkness on both sides of any argument. No, we can't ignore it. We've got to respond. I think we need to respond. But we need to respond in such a way that is... we want to be right, yes. But if we're going to change the hearts and minds of a lot of people, which is what we hope to do, what we need to do is if we're going to preserve life and we're going to be better as a nation, it's a little over half of the United States population when they poll, and I know those polls are sometimes wrong. It's a little over half that is for abortion. What we need to do is tip that about 20% the other direction. And how we do that is not by vitriol anger. It is going to be by persuading. See, there's a lot of things going on that are catching some people's attention that they're recognizing, like the doctors are coming out and saying, this is what really happens. And the more of that, the more that facts and truth come about, the more that hearts and minds can get changed. There's a certain portion of the population that will never change. They're just, when Jesus said you spread the seed, there were one of the four soils was the hardened soil. The beaten path, the wayside as it's called. There is a wayside portion of every single population. It doesn't matter what you say, what you do, you will never, ever, ever convince that 25% to be anything but what they are. Way it is. It's what you do with the other 75% that has a possibility. There are some people that will never change, never repent, never even make any effort of that. It's the way it is. Maybe not specifically 25%, but it's a significant portion in any and every society. God, putting us back here into Romans 8, God has given us value and purpose by making us a part of His family. That's why we need to act differently. That's what our should dictate our behavior. It's not our politics. It's not our logic. It is we are made in the image of God, adopted into the family of God. We are heirs with Christ. And because of that, that changes who we are and how we are on every level. Now, what we need to do is, as Christians, as children, as heirs, what we need to do is help other people come to the same understanding and the same relationship with God. And beating them up is not going to accomplish that, whether literally, figuratively, or whatever. What is going to change that is us standing on the truth, proclaiming the truth the way it is, speaking the truth in love, and doing so in such a way that the facts and the truth are what come about and what shine about in our world, so that the light, that we are the light of the world, and share that. Because if we don't, it doesn't matter how right we are, if they don't listen to what we're saying, it doesn't change anything. And so,
I really think that's where we're at. They just won't listen.
yeah, and those that won't listen anymore, I'd say half of them are they're that way, and we're never going to convince them. You can stack up, 1,000 studies, and you can quote Bible verses, day in and day out. And they'll never change because they don't care. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to believe that. They have their agenda. It's the other half of those that we, I believe, having a chance to appeal to.
Yeah, a fourth of them are in colleges and universities, and the other fourth in government.
Yeah, and that's true. And so what do we do? Well, we need to try to help teach and encourage them in those ways, because the way to overcome ignorance is education. But if they don't want to listen to what you have to say, then it won't happen. They're willfully ignorant in those ways. So what can we do to help them not be so ignorant? And there's some people that come along to that come along to understand that. And that's what it takes. It takes true education, true to be known as the people that are willing to show love in the community would lose this marriage. She had really done nothing wrong. It wasn't her fault, etc., etc. She was the poster child for somebody that could or should have an abortion. Well, when you think of it in those terms, but yet, she had the child, the Son of God within her. So, anyway, because